Episode 21 of the Meech and Colby podcast. We're back at you. Meech's return is coming soon. My man's grinding to get back to us. Until then, we're here with my boy Bryson. Bryson, what's up, man?
Hey, what's happening, guys? Just
What's up?
want to say a shout out to Meech and a speedy recovery.
Yes, sir. We're out here waiting on Meech's recovery. When we'll come back, to be determined. But until then, you already know Bryson's been on a couple episodes. He's a good time. And we're going to talk some NFL today. Busy off season. We haven't talked to you about NFL since before the off season started, before free agency started. So we're going to make some predictions before the draft, talk some all-time Madden by the end of this episode. So stick with it. You ready to get started, Bryce?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So arguably one of the biggest moves this off season was something that didn't even happen at all. Was Tampa Bay bringing back their whole team?
Yeah, that is crazy, man. Like, they signed a lot of people, and they all took pay cuts because they know they're just going to win another ring.
Yep. The only person they're waiting on, I think, is Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I'm sure he's returning.
Yeah.
I heard some stuff about him going to the Seahawks, but
I don't
think he's going to leave Tom Brady.
I've heard a little bit of Baltimore buzz, too.
His cousin does play there, Marquise Brown, and he was working out with Lamar Jackson and Marquise over the summer.
Okay. So who knows? So AB's situation is still up in the air, but the Buccaneers brought back the whole team pretty much. The most recent signing, I think they re-signed Fournette. But do you think that Brady has another Super Bowl run in him before he retires?
More.
You think he still has another one in him, Bryson?
I do think he has another one in him.
Jesus,
100%.
bro. I don't even know. I can't doubt this man anymore.
Their team is pretty gross, but their defense is probably going to carry them. Yeah, I feel like, because they do have one of the best defenses in the league.
One of the most underrated defenses in the league.
They blew out one of the top. They shut down one of the top 3 offenses in the league, the Chiefs.
Yeah, one of the best offenses ever.
100%.
Yeah, man. I just don't see them personally bringing another chip back to Tampa Bay again. I hate to doubt Brady again. It's been happening to him his whole career.
Who do you think's winning the Super Bowl? What's your prediction?
Man, this early in the year, I got to go Chiefs.
Chiefs,
man. It's hard to go against that team.
Think it's going to be another rematch?
No, I don't think it's going to be another rematch. I don't even know if Tampa Bay makes it that far next year.
Where do you have them? You think you're making the playoffs? You got to make them playoffs?
Yeah, I got them making the playoffs, but
what round do you think they're going to exit?
This early, I think they're going to be maybe one game before they just missed the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Maybe just missed the Super Bowl. I don't know who that team is out there in the NFC right now. I really like San Francisco bringing it back. Who knows what they're doing with
Jimmy Garoppolo.
We'll talk about that later. That's going to be interesting, the 49ers situation. But, yeah, man, Tampa Bay's in an interesting spot. So right now we're going with Bryson says TB12 is getting another ring.
Yes, sir.
Oof. Yeah, man. And I feel like Tampa Bay is going to be the best team in that division next year, especially with Breeze retiring. It's still a pretty tough division with the Falcons, the Saints, Panthers, but I think Tampa Bay is clearly the best team in that division.
At this point, Tom Brady's proven that it doesn't matter how he does in the regular season, as long as he makes the playoffs. He's got so much experience. Like, you see how calm he played in that Super Bowl? He was just in the huddle smiling.
Yeah, he came out there, man, smiling, ready for it. I didn't think anybody thought that Super Bowl was going to end the way it was with that score.
I thought it was going to be a little bit of a closer game, personally.
Oh, yeah, you had the Bucs winning beforehand?
I believe so.
All right. I respect that.
I thought it was just going to be a shootout, to be honest with you. Very high-scoring shootout game, but, the defense just completely, their pass rush was just there every single play. Mahomes, barely ever had an open pass.
Yeah, the defense is one of the best things about Kansas City. White is one of the best defensive linebackers in the league, I think.
Yeah.
No doubt. He's still young, playing on a nice contract for them. And then the receiver core, they franchise tagged Chris Godwin, so they got him for another year at least.
Once Tom Brady's gone, I think he's going to be gone. Because are they going to have enough money to sign him to a pretty big contract?
Yeah, no, that's true. I think that's true. Chris Godwin won't really have too much, or the Bucs won't have too much cap space to even re-sign him next year.
They're not going to have cap space to re-sign a lot of players that they have 1-year deals.
Yeah,
they secured Shaq Barrett for 4 years.
Which is huge.
He's an incredible pass rusher.
Underrated, yeah, no doubt. Shaq Barrett's up there.
In the Super Bowl and the playoffs, he just overperformed. He was there like every single play.
Yeah, man, no doubt, no doubt. And so speaking about a team that made a lot of moves in free agency is our New England Patriots out here in New England. Bill was spending that money. None of us Patriots fans saw that coming. I don't think anybody in the NFL saw that coming.
Just blowing the bag.
Yeah, Bill went
He's just handing people bags.
So we got Cam Newton running it back as our quarterback at the moment. We're going to be making moves in the draft. Maybe we're at 15 right now. What would you like to see the Patriots do in the draft? Go QB, go
maybe a receiver.
A receiver, yeah. A lot of fans are calling for that
because they still have a lot of money.
Yeah,
they can get a receiver from the draft. This is a very wide receiver.
Yeah, like a Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith.
Once one player's contract's up, just give them the bag because they do have money. They have one of the highest cap spaces in the league.
Yeah, and the Patriots are really hurting at the wide receiver position, which was obviously clear last year with the wide receiver one being Jacoby Myers. But this year we did get some additions at the wide receiver position in Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar, which I feel like we overpaid for royally.
Yeah, I believe so too.
After seeing the contract, guys like AJ Green got 1 year, I think it was $6 million. Emmanuel Sanders got 1 year, $2 million. But guys like Aguilar were getting 2 years, $24 million.
Yeah, Bill Belichick kind of I feel like since the media is on him so much now that Tom Brady just won a Super Bowl, I'm sure he doesn't pay attention to any of that stuff, but he knows that Tom Brady just won another Super Bowl the year after he left. So he's going to want to prove a lot of people wrong. So he's going to spend a lot of money on some players.
Yeah, so you're thinking
to get some decent players because that's how the Patriots run.
Yeah, they always take one man's trash and make it into a
treasure.
Yeah, into their own treasure. I personally, this draft's still a month away or so. I wouldn't mind a receiver, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, getting a stud like that. But I personally would prefer to get a nice rookie quarterback in there. I wouldn't mind us trading
up.
That
is true, since it's such a wide receiver loaded draft. One of those QBs could fall.
Yeah. I mean, the Patriots haven't traded up. I don't think I've ever seen the Patriots trade up in the first round, to be honest.
Definitely not.
In my whole life. But
they usually just find gems.
Yeah, or they trade their first rounder to get 2 second rounders. They always do that, which always gets me mad as a
That's
fan.
how Boston sports run. They just find players and just coach them pretty well.
Yeah, it's Danny Ainge's thing too. He loves to do that. Get more. But I would like a guy like Mac Jones.
He could fall.
Yeah, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, somebody like that to come on a nice cheap contract, come in battle with Cam Newton for the starting position. Granted, I think Cam will probably be our starter week 1. Do you believe any of the Jimmy G to New England trade buzz?
It could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen. I mean, I know that the 49ers traded out for the 3rd pick, but I was watching the mock draft on YouTube.
Right.
And I forget the quarterback's name, but there was somebody who hadn't played the COVID year.
Oh, right.
And the 49ers might take him. But Mac Jones is a beast.
Yeah, I've seen that they like the idea of Mac Jones a lot, but I feel like trading up to 3 for Mac Jones would be a little bit crazy. I feel like obviously Trevor Lawrence is a clear-cut number 1.
100%. Zach Wilson might go number 2.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think the Jets think they're going to get their guy, bring him into – if they get him, what do you think the situation with Darnold is? You think they're going to go in for a QB battle? You think Darnold's going to be traded?
They might. Darnold still has been on the team for a couple of years, so they might give him one more chance, battle with the rookie,
right?
See who wins the spot, and then give him one full year to prove himself. And then if he doesn't perform, then he's probably out.
Yeah, because
bring in a new one.
Yeah, time to bring in Zach Wilson if Darnold can't work this year. They did bring in some weapons. Corey Davis, really speedster wide receiver from the Titans.
I believe so.
Yeah, and I think that the Jets are, and if they do move on from Darnold, I think that he is one of those interesting guys who he's been in such a bad situation his whole career. We've never really seen his full, true potential.
Yeah, maybe if he goes to a better team, he can perform.
Like, say he ends up somewhere, like, hypothetically, he ends up somehow in, like, Pittsburgh and being the Big Ben successor. I think that's a way that he could be successful, being on a team like that, coached by Tomlin.
Tomlin's a great coach.
Yeah, having a great defense, good O-line, Juju, Claypool, guys like that around you. But I think that's the kind of situation he needs to go in because I don't think he's going to be a franchise savior.
Definitely not.
I mean, would you be interested in the Patriots taking a look at Sam Darnold?
I don't think he's gonna go to the Pats.
No, you don't think the Jets will make a deal with New England?
I don't believe so. No.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Around the league, Tua and the Dolphins, they made a lot of moves. Obviously, they were trying to get number 2 to get Zach Wilson because they thought that Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence were the only 2 quarterbacks better than Tua, in my opinion. And when they couldn't get 2 from the Jets, they traded down in the draft, and they're going to just stick with Tua now. But they went from 3 to 6, and I think that the Dolphins are in a really good position to maybe be a playoff team next year. What do you think the Dolphins are missing?
They probably should have kept Fitzpatrick in like the whole year last year, in my opinion.
I
could
agree.
have started it because they probably could have made the playoffs. Tua would have learned a little bit more.
I agree 100%.
He's got a couple of years to prove himself. They have a pretty good wide receiver core.
Do you think Tua is the answer?
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, like if the Dolphins could trade, I'm sure like if they could get Deshaun Watson, I'm sure they'll trade for Deshaun Watson.
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. If you were in Miami's front office and you had the 3rd pick, you couldn't get 1 or 2, would you have traded down or would you have taken the guy like Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Justin Fields? Or do you think that Tua would be better than those 3 guys?
I don't think Tua is better than those 3 guys.
No?
No.
Okay, so you would have stayed at 3?
Yep.
Yeah, they did trade down to 6. They got a couple future picks, but they did bring in Jacoby Brissett to be kind of like Tua's backup veteran type of guy. I have a feeling that there's going to be some time in the season when Brissett takes that job.
I'm sure. Maybe like if Tua's underperforming at like halftime, 3rd quarter, they'll bring him in.
Yeah.
Let him play for a couple of games, like help Tua learn a little bit because he played for New England too.
Yeah, true. And Flores loves getting guys who played for New England over there in Miami. Speaking of Flores, I think he kind of lost the locker room last year, kind of piggybacking off what you said, when he took out Fitzpatrick in midseason for Tua, because they were on the path for the playoffs.
100%. No doubt. Were like, what, second in their division?
Yeah, they were on path for a wild card spot, at least a wild card spot, and then they brought in Tua, and they brought in a young, inexperienced quarterback. They got rid of the team's vet quarterback who was winning them games, and they kind of were thinking about the future. Yeah, they were kind of thinking about more of the future, developing Tua rather than winning games now. And if I was a player, a vet in that locker room, that would kind of piss me off.
100%. I feel like that's the reason why he left.
Yeah, true. Especially why would he
was going on a run.
Yeah. Speaking of Fitzpatrick, man signed with the Redskins.
He's trying to go for every single team. He's gonna do it, man.
I wonder if he's played in every division yet.
I gotta look that.
We gotta fact check that. I don't know if he has yet, but Fitzpatrick to the Redskins now, and that's just another god awful division.
He's gonna win his division.
You think? I can go on Cowboys, but you think the Redskins are winning the division?
It's gonna be Cowboys and Redskins the entire season. I feel like. I mean, they spent like so much money on Dak Prescott. In my opinion, that they're not gonna have like a lot of other things to spend money on. They're not gonna be able to get like. Wide receivers are a defense that they need.
Yeah, that defense is trash every year, man. They always just go for like the biggest names, I feel like, for the Cowboys.
It's just Jerry Jones signing checks.
Yeah, no, good point. Good point. So you're going with the Redskins winning the NFC East.
Yep.
Make your pitch right now for Fitzpatrick to get the starting job over there.
He's getting the starting job over there.
Yeah, you think there's no competition from that guy, Heineke?
He's low-key dope. I mess with Heineke, bro. He's dope.
I knew you were going to change your mind when I brought up Heineke, man. You think they're going to battle in camp?
Nah, he's probably going to give Fitzpatrick the starting job.
Yeah, you think it's Fitzpatrick's all day already? Okay.
They'll probably be battling training camp.
Yeah. I think, I have to agree. It's probably Fitzpatrick's job to lose at the moment, but I think they got him some weapons over there too. Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin.
Terry's nice.
He's got some dudes to sling the ball to now, finally.
Oh, yeah. Terry's fast, too. He's a nice route runner.
Yeah,
he can get up the field like nothing, and he's got good hands. He's an underrated receiver, in my opinion.
Dude, so underrated. I think he was top 5 in receiving, and he had some of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL last year. No offense to all those guys, but Alex Smith, you were good 10 years ago before you got your leg snapped.
This man had like 19 surgeries, 17 surgeries on his leg.
All the respect to you, man, but you were not a good quarterback for my man Terry last year, Scary Terry.
That's fact. Scary Terry is a problem.
And now he's got a quarterback who's not afraid to throw that bitch down the field.
He slings it. Well, I mean, defenders would be grabbing his face mask, twisting his neck. He don't care, man. He's just gonna sling it.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick's different, man. He's built different. Him and Frank Gore have been in the league for a minute. Obviously Brady, but those are two guys that have also been in the league for a minute. AP, wow, man. Titans of this league.
They're gonna be gone soon. It's gonna make me sad. I'm gonna see like a tribute video one day. It's just gonna be like Adrian Peterson's like 2,000-something yard rushing season.
That year was insane. MVP, AP.
He went off that year.
He did. AP was built different, man.
Just running through people, juking. It doesn't matter.
And he's still, granted, he's not the same, but he's still out there getting yards.
He's grinding still.
Yeah, he's still giving decent running back numbers as an old man.
So is Frank Gore.
Yeah, Frank Gore's. I feel like any team would like Frank Gore just for his knowledge of the game, just to help with the young running backs, just develop their game and just learn from such a great vet.
That's what Mark Ingram was doing.
Yeah.
At the Ravens.
Yeah,
he was like coaching J.K. Dobbins. And then he went over to Texas because he probably knew he had a starting job.
Yeah, true. Mark Ingram made his way to the Houston Texans. Who knows what's even up with that team? Let's talk about the Ravens real quick, bringing in Sammy Watkins.
I'm hyped for that. I honestly did not think they were going to get a single receiver.
That's a nice big target for Lamar.
I was 100% ready for them to just not get a receiver.
Good point. Maybe bringing in Sammy kind of does take them out of the AB sweepstakes.
You have to. It's a run-based offense.
Yeah.
So true. Marquise Brown only got like 800 yards last season.
Yeah, and he was your wide receiver 1.
Yeah, and he was. I mean, it's either Lamar's running the ball or J.K. Dobbins is running the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got Mark Andrews and obviously, like you said, Hollywood Brown. But I think that Sammy Watkins is going to be like that nice big target, like what you guys wanted Willie Snead to be last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. I think he's definitely that type of guy who's going to be out there. He's obviously, I don't think he's going to be too missed with the Chiefs offense because they're just loaded.
Nah, they got Tyreek.
They're loaded with Tyreek, Mecole Hardman, Robinson, Travis Kelce, all these cats, man. They could throw anybody out there, and as long as you're fast, Mahomes is going to get you the ball.
Yeah, you just got to throw it deep.
But I think the Ravens made some nice additions. Obviously, they lost to the Patriots, Matt Judon.
Yeah, I knew as soon as I saw the franchise tag, I knew he was gone. I knew he was gone because he was out there grinding like every single play.
He was and gone. You guys blitz all the time. He was always blitzing heavy, bro.
It's awesome. Like we blitz all the time, and our defense is still like can keep up.
Top
because we have a pretty good, nice secondary.
Yeah, for real.
I wish Earl Thomas didn't do the things that he did.
Yeah,
but
especially get stiffed on by Derrick Henry backwards. He talks so much trash, bro, and that just.
But he was a nice asset to be out there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because if he wasn't being able to catch the ball, he was at least gonna make an effort.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's just been around the league all the time, who's been on the Legion of Boom, one of the best defenses of all time. And he still got it. Even right now, he's not on a team, but somebody would still take him.
Yeah.
He's still got it. I think he could be starting safety in this league. So we're going to have a little fun right now, get off topic, talk about our all-time Madden teams. We're not talking about all-time NFL offenses. We're talking about all-time Madden teams. We're talking about who is best to our abilities, who's most fun at the time, when we're talking about which team version of which player. So I'll get it started off with my QB. For my QB on my all-time Madden team, I'm going with Atlanta Falcons' Michael Vick.
Ooh.
You already know this man was different in the games, dude. You could get the ball in the 25. Run back to your own 1 yard line and still run all the way for a touchdown. This is how fast this man was.
Back in Madden 04.
Yeah, Madden. Yeah, when he was on whichever Madden he was on the cover, man. Like we said, we don't fact check on this podcast. But whichever Madden he was on the cover for, dude. He used to cook defenders. He was like a running back. Literally,
he just launched the ball.
Yeah, and he had a nice arm too, man. I remember I used to always trade for Mike Vick, even if I had a nasty quarterback. I'd have like Peyton Manning and Mike Vick just because. And then I'd always take like the playbook that I could run 2 QBs at the same time, man. Because Mike Vick was nasty. If he wasn't your quarterback, he was your running back, your receiver, whatever you could throw him as. You'd pick the playbook just to specifically have a quarterback at a different position. He was nice, man. He was different, and there hasn't been a mobile quarterback like that since him in the game, at least, because they really had to cupcake him down because he was killing people, man.
Oh, yeah. And Lamar Jackson's the closest thing to him, but he can't really sling the ball, man.
Yeah, true. Yeah, in the game. In real life, L-Jack's built different. Yeah. Who are you going with for your all-time Madden QB?
Pats, Tom Brady.
Okay. You can't even argue that shit.
If you get a clean pocket, you just sling it.
Yeah, I can't argue that, bro. There's literally no argument against picking that man.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the best quarterback of all time, 7 rings. Not much more to explain.
Yeah, pretty much. Who you going with for your all-time Madden running back?
Bo Jackson.
Okay.
That freight train.
Okay.
I remember in the old pixelated Maddens, you could just keep on running back and forth, back and forth across the whole entire field. Nobody was gonna catch you.
For real, dude would just truck people,
just end people's careers, and he was a running back.
Dude, you could just give him halfback dives.
That was back in the day too, so they're all just a bunch of monsters just hitting each other.
For real. Oh man, that Madden, the pixelated Madden, you're out there grinding with Bo Jackson.
The 2D Madden.
Oh, yes, sir. For my running back, I'm going with Titans, Chris Johnson, CJ2K. I just feel like I never played with him in his prime in Madden, but I always had his ultimate team card when I played, and this dude was just built different, man. He ran for 2,000 yards in a season, so he had the 99 overall card in Madden or whatever, obviously. Madden Mobile, Madden Ultimate Team, whatever you used him on. And this dude was just a beast. He was one of the best pass-catching running backs I've ever played as, and he was just so elusive in the backfield. And who are you going to go with your 2 receivers on the outside?
Jerry Rice. That's the 1.
Okay.
And Randy Moss at the 2.
2 of the best receivers of all time, of course.
You just throw it up to either one of them. Yes, especially Randy Moss. Just jumps right over people, just grabs it, puts it out of their hand. And he was doing that in real life too, which is even more impressive. Too bad he never won a Super Bowl though.
Yeah. Who?
Randy Moss.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say Jerry Rice. I was like, what? Yeah, dude, that's so crazy how he never won a Super Bowl and he went undefeated to the Super Bowl.
Even when he played with Tom Brady. And they were just a disgusting pair. There was no stopping them.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Can we just talk about that Brady-Jerry Rice connection, though, real quick?
100%.
That would be unstoppable.
That would just be, he's one of the best. He's one of the best receivers all time, if not the best.
Yeah, you're matching up probably the best 2, arguably the 2 best football players ever.
100%. Jerry Rice would just be grabbing stuff out of the air.
He'd just be torching people, man.
Joe Montana would just sling it to him. And the dude would just come down with it every single time.
Yeah, and granted, Joe Montana is one of the all-time greats, but imagine if he was with Brady back there.
That would be ridiculous.
For my receivers, I'm going with Megatron. No explanation needed. Dude's like the size of a tight end, but as fast as any receiver out there. He was different. You could just moss everybody with him. You could run him on anywhere on the field, and he was just outrunning people, jumping over people, catching the ball, trucking people. Nasty. Too bad he never had a real team throughout his NFL career, but it's too bad. This dude was nasty, man, in Madden and in real life. Then my other receiver, I'm going with another guy who never was really on a good team, Chad Ochocinco. This dude was nasty too, just fastest dude I've ever played with in Madden. Maybe Tyreek Hill's the only other guy, but you could just run him on just a straight route down the field every single play and just lob him the ball. He's catching that and running 50 yards. Every single time.
Every time.
Now we're going with our all-time tight ends for Madden. I'm going with Saints Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, he was gross.
Hear me out. Jimmy Graham, you might, for all the people who have gotten into football, whatever, the last 5, 6 years, you don't know about Saints Jimmy Graham.
He was a problem. Man was different.
He was. I think that's probably Drew Brees' best. Him and Drew Brees, that's probably the best connection all time. Those two, like not like quarterback anybody, but Drew Brees' best connection was Jimmy Graham, I think, in their prime.
100%.
Him, maybe Mike Thomas, Marquise Colston are the only other names that come to mind, but I think it's got to be Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Because there was years that people thought Graham was better than Gronk.
Yeah.
They were really arguing up there, but Jimmy Graham was built different. A receiver with his hands at the tight end position.
Routes.
Yes, sir. Nasty. Your receiver?
Could run to any part of the field.
For real. Who you going with your tight end?
Tony Gonzalez. He was gross. He was also built different. He was just a big man, just out there grabbing stuff.
For real. Tony Gonzalez could run some of the best routes ever from the tight end position.
Especially in the red zone. It was just unstoppable.
Yeah, man.
He was just too big for those little DBs.
He's another guy who never got that ring, but even without the ring, everybody always brings him up in one of the greatest tight ends ever.
Yes, yeah, he's one of the greatest tight ends of all time.
I feel like when you say greatest tight end ever, it's always like Tony Gonzalez, Gronk, Shannon Sharp,
Travis Kelce, maybe.
Kelce's, yeah, dude. If he already has one ring.
If he keeps it up, maybe gets like one more, two more.
Yeah,
because you already know he's gonna get the yards and the touchdowns.
Oh yeah, that's just every year. Especially with Mahomes as his quarterback.
He's probably one of the best route running tight ends.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
He was somebody who I almost put on here.
Me too. I was thinking Kittle. About it. Kittle. Like he's kind of like, I mean, he's like lean. Like he's not like a big tight end. Like, I mean, he's pretty big, but he's like, it's like all muscle, it's lean. So he's like one of the more faster ones.
It's so hard to tackle Kittle in Madden, bro. You can't hit stick that dude for shit.
Especially when you're trying to tackle him behind him.
Yeah.
He's just dragging you.
Just hit sticking people. And then we're going to end it with our receiver in the slot. Who you got?
Deion Sanders.
Okay, prime time.
Oh, Cowboys, Deion Sanders.
Okay. Yeah, Cowboys or Niners, whatever. Whichever one you go with.
I feel like, was that the first team? Nah, they used them in the offense in San Francisco, right?
Yeah, I think they use him in the offense everywhere, to be honest.
Did he play offense for the Falcons? I can't remember.
No, not in his early days.
So, because I think he just played corner.
Yeah, I think he played special teams over there too.
But he won a couple rings with the Niners, won a couple rings with the Cowboys in the 90s with Troy Aikman.
For real.
Him, Michael Irvin.
Emmitt Smith.
That was just a gross team.
Dude, with you having him on your team, Deion, you could play him on offense, defense, and special teams.
He was kicking off. I mean, it was getting kick returns, punt returns, playing corner, playing wide receiver, throwing at running back sometimes for screens.
You were doing all that, and he was locking up your best receiver on the nightly.
While he was gassed by running routes, and he's just lining up.
For real.
Oh, we didn't get the fourth down. Damn, I got to stay on the field.
Imagine there must have been a game where I wish that there was a game in NFL history that he didn't take it down off. That he just played every single snap, bro.
That would have been awesome.
He probably would have been dead by the end of the game.
Oh, yeah, he could have. I feel like he could have done it.
Yeah, that would have been crazy, though. Just nonstop, every single snap you're out there. Special teams, offense, 100% defense.
Would have been gassed.
My slot receiver has that connection with Brady, obviously, from your team. But I'm going with Wes Welker, number 87. Patriots Wes Welker, because he sucked everywhere else. But he was nice in this route. Just running those, that slant route is so key in Madden.
Oh, yeah, it is. Just open.
Yep, just every
single time.
Always run that slant, and I feel like that was Wes Welker's thing, man. Granted, he dropped a Super Bowl winning catch for us in real life, but this is Madden.
Yeah, he's not going to drop those.
Yeah, it's Madden, man. The Lions can win Super Bowls in Madden, bro, so anything's possible.
The Lions. It's true.
Yeah, the Lions, man. Before, we got like a minute left, but you guys really got rid of Matt Stafford. You got Jared Goff, whatever. It's time for the ultimate rebuild because you guys have been trashed since Barry Sanders.
That's facts. Matt Stafford, he might be doing good on the Rams. They still need an offensive line, though.
Yeah, that Rams team is going to be nasty next year. That's going to be it from us, though. Thank you for coming on, Bryson.
Peace, guys. It's fun being out here.
Yeah, thank you. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, all the streaming platforms. Share us with your friends. Thank you for listening to us, guys. It's been real. We'll be back. See you soon. Peace.